Imagine waking up before sunrise to the sound of terrified screams. The ground beneath your feet begins to tremble. In the distance, a dark cloud of dust rises into the sky. Thousands of horsemen are racing toward your city with terrifying speed. Mothers grab their children and run. Soldiers rush to the walls, but deep inside, they already know the truth. Today, they are going to die. This wasn't just another invading army. This was Attila the Hun, the man who terrified the mighty Roman Empire so deeply that many Romans believed he had been sent by God to punish them. They gave him a name that echoed across Europe, the Scourge of God. But how could one man make the greatest empire in the world tremble with fear? How did a boy born on the endless grasslands become the most feared ruler of his age? This is the true story of Attila the Hun. Long before Attila became a legend, the Huns were already feared across Europe. No one knew exactly where they came from. They appeared suddenly from the vast steppes of Central Asia like a violent storm. Unlike the Romans, the Huns built no great cities. They had no marble temples, no magnificent palaces. Their home was wherever their horses carried them. From early childhood, every Hun boy learned to ride before he could properly walk. They trained every single day. Riding, hunting, fighting, and surviving became part of their lives. To them, weakness was unacceptable. Life itself was a battlefield. Years of hardship created warriors unlike anything the civilized world had ever seen. Then, around the year 406 AD, a boy was born into the Hunnic royal family. His name was Attila. No one could have imagined that this child would one day change the course of European history forever. Unlike Roman princes, Attila never enjoyed a comfortable childhood. There were no luxurious palaces, no expensive education, no peaceful gardens. His classroom was the open wilderness. His teachers were experienced warriors. Every lesson prepared him for one purpose: war. As he grew older, Attila became an exceptional horseman. He could ride for days without exhaustion. He mastered the bow with deadly precision. He learned how to attack quickly, disappear without warning, and strike again before his enemies had time to recover. These tactics would later become the greatest nightmare of the Roman Empire. By the early 5th century, Rome still looked powerful from the outside. Its massive cities, disciplined armies, and impressive monuments convinced the world that the empire remained invincible. But appearances can be deceiving. Inside the empire, corruption was spreading. Political leaders fought each other for power. The economy was weakening. The borders became harder to defend. Rome was slowly losing the strength that had once made it unstoppable. Beyond those borders, Attila was watching, patiently, carefully. He wasn't interested in becoming just another tribal chief. He wanted something far greater. He wanted to build an empire that would force the world to fear his name. In 434 AD, that opportunity finally arrived. After the deaths of the previous rulers, Attila and his brother Bleda became joint rulers of the Hunnic Empire. At first, the brothers ruled together, but Attila was far more ambitious, far more intelligent, and far more ruthless. He dreamed of commanding every warrior, every tribe, and every battlefield under a single banner. Soon Attila became the undisputed ruler of the Huns. The moment he took complete control, everything changed. He reorganized his armies, united rival tribes, strengthened military discipline, and transformed thousands of fearless horsemen into one of the deadliest fighting forces the ancient world had ever seen. The Roman Empire had faced many enemies before, but it had never faced anyone like Attila, and this was only the beginning. With his armies united and his authority unquestioned, Attila was finally ready. His target was not a small kingdom, it was the richest and most powerful civilization on earth, the Roman Empire. Attila knew something that few rulers understood. Wars were expensive, but fear? Fear was priceless. Instead of rushing into battle, he sent a simple message to the Eastern Roman Emperor: "Pay me or prepare for war." The emperor believed it was only a bluff. He refused. It was the biggest mistake of his reign. Without warning, thousands of Hunnic horsemen crossed the Danube River like a violent storm. Villages disappeared overnight. Cities that had stood for centuries were reduced to smoking ruins. The Roman army marched out to stop them. But the Romans had trained to fight enemies who stood in formation. The Huns fought differently. They attacked from every direction. Their arrows filled the sky. Before Roman soldiers could even organize themselves, hundreds were already lying dead on the battlefield. Then, just as suddenly as they had appeared, the Huns vanished. The Romans thought they had won. They were wrong. Hours later, the Huns attacked again, this time from another direction. The Roman army was exhausted, confused, terrified. Attila understood that the strongest weapon in war wasn't the sword, it was uncertainty. His enemies never knew where he would strike next. City after city surrendered without a fight. People abandoned their homes long before his army arrived. Just hearing Attila's name was enough to spread panic across entire provinces. The Eastern Roman Empire had no choice. It asked for peace, but peace came with a price, a humiliating price. Every year, the emperor was forced to send enormous amounts of solid gold to Attila, not once, not twice, every single year. Imagine the greatest empire in the world paying one man simply to stay away. Attila had achieved something almost unbelievable without occupying Rome. He had turned the empire into his personal source of wealth. The gold poured into his camps. His power grew. His reputation became even more terrifying. Stories spread across Europe. Some claimed no grass ever grew where Attila's horse walked. Others believed evil spirits fought beside him. Whether those stories were true didn't matter. People believed them, and belief was enough, because fear itself had become Attila's greatest ally. But after years of collecting gold, Attila wanted something money could never buy: glory. He wanted the entire world to remember his name. He no longer wished to threaten Rome from a distance. He wanted to stand at the gates of the eternal city itself. In the year 451 AD, Attila gathered one of the largest armies Europe had ever seen. Warriors from countless tribes answered his call. The greatest invasion of the age was about to begin. No one knew exactly how many men marched beneath Attila's banner, but everyone agreed on one thing: if this army reached Rome, history itself would change forever. And for the people of the Roman Empire, the worst was yet to come. In the year 451 AD, Attila invaded Gaul, modern-day France, with one of the largest armies Europe had ever seen. His warriors swept across the land, burning villages, destroying towns, and leaving fear in their wake. It seemed as if nothing could stop them. But this time, Rome was ready. The Roman general Flavius Aetius knew that no single army could defeat Attila alone. So he did something extraordinary. He united old enemies into one massive alliance. Romans, Visigoths, and several Germanic tribes stood together against a common threat. The two armies finally met on the Catalaunian plains. It became one of the bloodiest battles of the ancient world. Thousands of soldiers fell before sunset. The ground was covered with broken weapons and the bodies of fallen warriors. Although Attila survived and managed to withdraw his army, he had learned something important. For the first time in years, someone had stopped him, but Attila refused to accept defeat. The following year, in 452 AD, he returned with another invasion. This time, he marched directly into Italy. City after city fell before him. Aquileia, one of the strongest Roman cities, was completely destroyed after a long siege. According to later accounts, its destruction was so complete that very little remained standing. The survivors fled in terror. Nothing seemed capable of stopping Attila. The road to Rome was now open. Inside the Eternal City, panic spread everywhere. Families packed whatever they could carry. Many believed they were about to witness the end of the Roman Empire. Then history took an unexpected turn. Instead of sending another army, Rome sent an old man, Pope Leo I. The Pope rode out to meet Attila face to face. No army, no guards, no weapons, only words. What happened during that meeting remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Some later traditions claim the Pope's courage convinced Attila to turn back. Many modern historians believe other factors also played an important role, including disease among Attila's forces, food shortages, and pressure from Roman troops elsewhere. Whatever the reason, Attila made a decision that shocked the world. He turned his army around. Rome had been spared. The man who had terrified an empire walked away from its gates. No one knew that his own story was almost over. Only 1 year later, in 453 AD, Attila celebrated another marriage. The feast lasted late into the night. Music filled the halls. Wine flowed freely. The greatest conqueror of his age appeared stronger than ever, but before sunrise, everything changed. Attila was found dead in his bed. Ancient historian Priscus reported that he suffered a severe nosebleed during the night and died after choking on his own blood while asleep. Others believed he had been poisoned. Some even whispered that enemies had finally found a way to eliminate the man no army could defeat. The truth has never been proven. It remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Without Attila, the Hunnic Empire quickly began to fall apart. The tribes that had followed him united no longer. His sons fought each other for power. One by one, the conquered peoples rebelled. Within only a few years, the mighty Hunnic Empire had collapsed. But Attila's name never disappeared. He had forced the Roman Empire to pay him mountains of gold. He had destroyed countless cities. He had spread fear across an entire continent. And he had exposed the growing weakness of one of history's greatest empires. Even today, more than 1,500 years later, the name Attila still represents power, fear, and mystery. He ruled for less than 20 years. Yet the legend of the Scourge of God continues to echo through history. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into one of history's greatest stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Empire Tales, and turn on notifications so you never miss another adventure from the past. And now, tell us in the comments. Do you believe Attila died of natural causes? Or was the world's most feared conqueror secretly assassinated? Until next time, keep exploring history, because sometimes the truth is even more incredible than the legend.